Attorney Barbara Arnwine, a mother in her own right, who spends her days fighting against voter suppression, organizing marches in 100 cities across the nation called the John Lewis Good Trouble Votercade. Attorney Arnwine will receive an honorary Doctorate of Laws degree from Duke University. So we celebrate you, Barbara Arnwine, and you're going to hear from her now.
Mother's Day for me, Black women and women around the world, we are the leaders of humanity. And part of humanity is making sure that every person has dignity and respect and has the ability to live a full and wholesome life. And that means we got to get rid of a whole lot of isms, right? Like racism and sexism and, gender discrimination and so many other things and we have so many problems in our communities of the lack of respect for women with disabilities. I mean, there's just thousands of issues, but what is so important is voting. Voting is the center of all of this. Because you can't talk about environmental justice and not talk about voting. You can't talk about policing and get rid of all this violence in policing without talking about voting. You can't talk about fairness in the criminal justice system without talking about voting. Streets, municipal services, education, college, is it going to be free or not? Tuition, will debts be forgiven, business development, everything that we care about comes down to our vote. And we are in a period of crisis right now. I mean, the mantle has descended upon the shoulders of our generation to fight for voting rights because we are embattled. There are 47 states that are up to nothing but wickedness, that have something like 381 evil voter suppression bills that have been introduced. They had the nerve, the gall, just 2 days ago in Florida to pass SB 90, which is a vicious voter suppression bill that says, again, like Georgia said, that they're going to arrest people if they give people water or food standing in 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 hour lines that they created. The counties created it, the states created it, and then they're going to punish people for trying to help those poor voters at the polls. I mean, this is just viciousness all over the country. So on May 8th, we are going to, on Mother's Day weekend, we're going to be out there in droves, and the moms are going to be showing up. And we're going to have children in tow and husbands and everybody else in tow, because this is our work, right? We believe so strongly. It's no accident that Black women, did you hear me, led the way in 2020, that young women led the way in 2020. We were decisive to the outlook of the current United States Congress. So I want everyone to know that on May 8th, join us. Go to John Lewis voting, John Lewis dayofAction.org, John Lewis dayofAction.org, and be part of the John Lewis Voting Rights Advancement Day. But also, I just want, this is going to air on the 8th itself. And so many of you are going to say, well, I guess I better put my shoes on. I better get in my car and go down to Rainbow Push. I better go in Votercade. And folks, let me tell you, we've done 55 Votercades around the country. We've had at least 120,000 people participate with us. Not one report of anybody being ill, because folks stay in their cars. And you get to drive, and you get to be seen, and you get to be heard. And when Congress gets back into session on May 10th, what they gonna be talking about? They're gonna be talking about having seen you in the streets, having heard those votercades, having heard throughout the country people saying we care and that nothing's more important to us than voting rights. So if you're anywhere in the nation, Dallas, California, Los Angeles, San Francisco, Newport, no matter where you are, folks, Boston, New York, of course, Milwaukee, Louisville, Utah, Selma, Atlanta, no matter where you are in this country, you got a votercade happening near you. So when you go to that John Lewis dayofaction.org website, you're going to get all kind of great information about how you can be involved and participate, watch our national broadcast this afternoon, and more importantly, stay involved. Because ultimately, just like John Lewis stood on that bridge and decided to move forward when they saw those vicious state troopers standing there, hitting their batons in their hands, on their horses with their gas masks. They had no illusions that these people were just, quote, showing off. They knew it was dangerous, but they also knew that the moment called them. And every life, and we know that when we're mothers, when we're giving birth, right? When that moment's upon you, you got to move forward. You got to be pregnant with possibility. You got to come out and be and deliver and into this world the newness, the fight that will make sure that justice will be manifest in our country. That is the moment that's upon us right now for us to fight, for us to move everything forward. And when we pushed our babies into the world, that's how we push justice forward into the universe and into the global community.